Hello and welcome to this black screen. Wonderful. We're going to be watching this cutscene and we're going to skip straight through it. My name is Lawrence and I will be going through this game as a challenge run. That's right, people. I'm going to be doing everything before Vordt. Butthead, you are 5 because this is not the first time I've tried this. I'm going to be keeping it male, young. I really can't be fucked. Tonight is what we want. Life ring. And let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Everything before Vordt means I will be doing Iudex Gundyr first. And essentially finishing up with Champion Gundyr, I think. By the end of it, we're going to be doing Dancer. We're going to be doing Dragonslayer Armour. I want the dual Uchikatanas because I've never used them before. And essentially the point of this playthrough is to do things in the wrong order because this game really doesn't allow it. It's a very, very linear Dark Souls game, which I don't really enjoy, to be honest. So what I wanted to do was try to fuck with it. I mean, they give you the option, obviously, to play the dancers first, to fight them first. But as I realized when I did this, I mean, about a week ago now, I tried it for the first time. Trying to fight the dancers first is not suicide, but it's just extremely difficult. You don't have any damage. It is going through the game with a broken sword. The main issues that we'll be having with this playthrough, I know how to beat the dancers now. I've done them a couple times. I've done her a couple times. Killed her, I mean. Don't take that out of context. And she's not too difficult anymore, especially with the setup that I've got. But the problem is the Titanite shards. You have about 5 available at the beginning of the game, meaning I can upgrade something once. You need 6 to upgrade it twice. And the best thing about getting to Lothric Castle is that you suddenly have access to large Titanite shards and Titanite chunks. But the main issue is that you don't have enough Titanite shards to get there. You need 14 or 12 or something. So life becomes a little bit difficult. Especially with Dragonslayer Armour, which is literally a meat shield. And I've also been away on holiday for a bit. Seeing some family members and the like. In the Netherlands, actually. I live in... Can I, like, do a thing to you? No. Okay. Let me just heal briefly. So, I'm going to be a little bit tired. I'm also slightly sick. I've got a slight cold, which is a result of drinking too much and sleeping too little. Which is actually what every family with my, with every holiday with my family is. So, this should go really well. Honestly, it's actually not doing that bad. Oh, you can do that. Them crystal textures. Thank you for that useless thing. I'm going for the souls right now. So we're going to be doing well, eventually a dex run, but the Dragonslayer Armour is weak to strike. And the only real strike weapon we have access to before we get to him is the club. Meaning that until then, I'm going to be leveling dex. Because the club is slightly quality, I think. For like a D rating index. Actually, let me kill you. And we're going to hope that we pick up some Titanite shards along the way. And maybe, just maybe, we're going to have to farm a little bit. Because if we can get 14 shards, suddenly the Dragonslayer Armour becomes a joke. Because Dancer gives us like, what, 60,000 souls, something like that. So our health isn't an issue. Our endurance won't be an issue. We don't have to level up armor at all. Because that game just did away with it at all. So, the first thing I noticed when I got to Lothric Castle is that your defense and everything is completely fine. It's the damage output that's a problem. But anyway, that's a lot of information to be hitting you over the head with, especially since we're not even close to being there. Before I started the recording, I hadn't decided if I was going to play this and act like I hadn't done it ever before. So maybe I'll try and do that and play it for laughs. Obviously, I've played these games before. I started with Dark Souls 1 back in I was what, 14? No. Yeah, I was about 14, so 8 years ago. And someone's going to point out in the comments that Dark Souls 1 didn't come out 8 years ago. And I'm going to feel like an idiot. I don't know. It was a while ago. When I initially played it, my first playthrough was, I think, 60 hours long. Yeah. It was abysmal. You fuck off. I will never use you. Not that that's a problem. The first playthrough is meant... the first playthrough of a Dark Souls game is boot camp. And then the second playthrough teaches you... reinforces what you've learned. We're definitely going to need this. Okay. So that suddenly you understand how boss patterns work and the like. And then you go into the next game, you think to yourself, wow, the developers have made this really easy, when in reality you've just become not necessarily better as a gamer, but better at Dark Souls games. Actually, I think one-handed will do better. I just want DPS here. Iudex. I'm going to shut up during boss fights. Although, I will apologize for the clicking. As first bosses go, I really like this one. Stamina management here. Good. Goodbye. He's actually got my favorite helm of the game, so as soon as I can buy it, I will definitely use it. I feel like it works really well with the Fallen set, and one of my PvP characters I used it on for quite a long time, yeah. So what I found out recently is I wanted to essentially farm the Titanite shards, right? So I thought to myself, well, if I get patches early, then I will be able to, that's why I'm looking up there, by the way. That's where patches would be, right? That's what I thought, because the way I've always played these games is that patches will show up after I go up to that tower. If I get that early, then I will be able to, give me that, yeah boy, get that early rusted coins or whatever they're called for item discovery upgrades. Turns out, not the case. First I need to go to the Cathedral of the Deep, and that just pisses me off royally because it's not what I wanted. Did I even grab that bonfire? Not that we need it, but maybe later. They really just let you well on them in the beginning. And for most of the game, as long as you're overpowered enough, and by overpowered I mean even slightly leveled enough, an aggressive approach is best. Miss Bloodborne's gun when it comes to dogs. Nothing more satisfying than shooting them in the face, seeing them go flying, and then chasing after them and hitting them. I honestly mean nothing more satisfying because I hate dogs in Dark Souls games with a vengeance. What are we going to do first? We are definitely going to kill the master guy here. We want some levels. And we're going to do the shortcut. Sometimes the shortcut goes really well. Sometimes it takes me 20 to 30 tries. Depending on which, I will supercut it. So if you see a supercut of... If after the first try suddenly everything starts cutting quickly, enjoy. But if not, maybe it'll happen quite quickly, probably within 5 tries. Depending on how good the editing was there, first try, or I think about 13th. Homer Bone, we are mostly here for the Essay Shard, but also the Crystal Lizards in the back here. Well, the Crystal Lizard, who drops a Titanite chunk, and at some point that may come in handy. I've had him kill himself, by accident by me going around here, so hopefully that happens as well. Because otherwise he can be a bit of a dick. I thought I lost him there. Thank you. And around here to get nothing, and definitely don't drop down, please, and thank you. So yeah, no rusted gold coins, or rusted coins in general, which really pisses me off. I did a run of about 10 times going around the... go on, try and hit me and then jump back. Do it. Or something like that. Do I have to open one of these, or is it already open? Here we go. Up, up, and away. Hello. You don't drop any Titanite shards. If I drop one of you, I will get a large Titanite shard, I think. Thank you. And we'll come back if we get some black fire bombs. Get a chunk. I don't think I'll be able to get any rope fire bombs anytime soon. Down we go. If you hear any sirens in the background, that is because I live right next to a, well, not right next to, but at least along the main road of a ambulance area, place. Some might call it a hospital. And they come by and, you know, they're saving lives, so don't get mad at me, and definitely don't get mad at them. They're doing their jobs. Is there anything else I need around here? Yeah, let's go kill a master briefly. Master Chikatana guy. Person. What is his lore? We can invent some lore for him. Actually, let's kill these guys first before anything goes wrong. He has slightly more defense, and I don't know why. Embers are useful. I could quickly get this homeward bone here. That could be useful as well. And get that item down there. I haven't sat down yet, so the dog won't bother me and shit like that. Thank you. Is there an item down here to grab? No, I've already been there. All good. Please tell me how you're doing in the comments below. Has this game made you completely depressed, and that's why you're watching somebody else play it? That is just not gonna go well, is it? No. Trying to knock him off. Nice. Let me just quickly... Does it already come there? Immediately? No, let me just quickly reload the area. And then you can see all the other buttheads briefly in the loading screen. Well, in the character screen. Or maybe I will cut it out. I also have never tested what whispering sounds like, so if that was horrible... Sorry. Wait, never mind, I can just press continue. Back when the PS4 came out, I think the first game I got for it was either GTA 5 or Bloodborne. Either way, I played those games to death. And now Dark Souls 3 came out, and I had so many other games that were already very good that I just didn't bother playing it beyond one playthrough. I mean, I platinumed... I got the Platinum 4. It's Platinum Day. Verb. I got a Platinum for Bloodborne simply because I loved that game so much. And I thought, I'll get it for Dark Souls 3 as well. And then quickly realized that A, the Covenant system is broken, so you can't get some of the items. And B, it required a lot more effort than Bloodborne did. To the point where I just gave up. Yep, I gave up. And it still bugs me. It's one of those things where many of my games are just here on a shelf that I haven't played beyond maybe 2 hours of it. And while that bugs me a little bit, not too much, but this Platinum, I was so close already. I think I had like 80% of the stuff. Some of the sorcery and pyromancy stuff, plats, and I just did not. Hang on, let me just first fine, whatever, reinforce it. Yeah, that's all fine. I could reinforce my weapon, but there's no point. I'm going for the club. Even though, and I'm going to test this, even though Dark should do more damage towards the Dancer is not really an issue anymore. It will be the Dragonslayer Armour. Definitely when those butterflies start flying down. In its third phase. Sorry about that burp. First phase, shield, axe. Second phase, axe, I think, or maybe he switches between the two depending on. And then those butterflies come down and it's just mayhem. I did not level up, did I? Ay. Well, Kobe. I think YOLO would have been better there, but let me try swish it all in one go. There we go. There's the metaphor that I wanted. High Wall of Lothric. What a beaut. So, technically, I should be able to see Firelink Shrine from down here, right? Somewhere. Is that it there? Or is it over here on the right? No, that's the way to go eventually, so maybe it's on the other side? I can definitely see the High Wall of Lothric, or at least Lothric in general, from up here. So maybe it's on the right there? Let's find out together. If this playthrough goes well enough, which the other ones have not, that's why, number 5, I will be playing a little game called this same game with the DLCs. My apologies. Why am I going here? Souls, I guess. I definitely need the Titanite shards. Okay. Am I gonna do this? Yeah, why not? Life is short. But we're here to play the game. Oh, they were nice. Luckily for you guys, I have long since realized that commentary and playing at the same time is difficult. So whenever I'm feeling a little bit off, I will shut up. Like if I'm not feeling the situation or something and need to concentrate. These guys sometimes drop Titanite shards, but no, not this time, because he is a massive dick. And he has seen better days. Oh boy, that's never good. Never mind, it's all good. Jump attack! Wow, those are some gorgeous textures. Good job, From. Lazy. So lazy. Nothing here, which is a massive disappointment. If I was Firelink Shrine, where would I be? It's a good question. Anyway, moving on with our lives. So yes. So far I have how many Titanite shards? Just a 1. From the first bonfire, essentially. In terms of lore, what do I know, what do I not know? I know very little. How about that? I know as much as anyone does who has a kind of a passing interest. Back when the first game came out, I had a massive interest because that lore was amazing. I loved every second of it. Hang on, don't make anything up. Thank you. That could have gone worse. But these days, especially with Dark Souls 3, well, Dark Souls 2 already ruined it a little bit. I was interested, but none of the characters grabbed me really, and I lost interest over time. I think especially since much of the interest comes from the community. So if people aren't interested in general, then me watching their videos, people like Fatih and others, I can't name them all. Oh, by the way, Fatih I am stealing this idea from Everything Before Vordt, which is probably going to be the title of this. So big shout out to him. I am not paying him any money, and I feel terrible, but not terrible enough to do anything about it. Also, and I think this is important, I'm not earning any money from this. So there you go. At least not yet. If people watch this piece of crap, Maybe I will. Maybe I will. I'm having a lot of fun just randomly killing stuff. I don't want... How many fire bombs do I have? 12. What is the point? What is the point? At least I'm embered. In the beginning we will be getting primarily vitality because the dancer hits hard and we want to stop her from doing so. Well, not stop her, but at least fight against it. Counteract it. That's a nice word. Up here we'll be having our two main weapons in one place. The club and the... raw gem. That is not terrible, a raw gem. That is not a terrible idea in general. Because I'm going a stat low kind of playthrough. I'll test if the longsword will do a lot more damage. Let me just quickly get around. That almost got me. I love the idea of doing mimics and something else in chess because we've gotten so used to it, and I'm sure we will get another Souls game of some kind. Definitely another Bloodborne game. That almost nearly got me. Thank you kindly. Symbol of Avarice? No. Iudex. This should help already in terms of damage output. Let me just quickly grab the club here. Nope. When does he go away? I definitely know he goes away at some point because I came back to get the club in a previous playthrough. So... this one? There we go. At the moment I will do way less damage. The claymore is there, but that leaves me way too open to attack. Sick jump. On my channel I also play a couple games with my girlfriend. Currently we're in the midst of Bloodborne, which is torture for her, and Outlast, which is mental torture for her. Both are technically mental torture, but the Outlast playthrough she actually enjoys, she's just scared. Bloodborne she hates, and is purely for my enjoyment. Hopefully yours as well. We're about 2 episodes in on the Bloodborne playthrough, and 2 episodes in on Outlast, with plenty more coming over time. Another Titanite shard up here. That was never going to work, was it? This is a situation I just don't want to be in, so I'm going to go up and lure them one at a time. Patience is a virtue. Cowardice keeps you alive. And dedication, otherwise known as stubbornness, will complete this playthrough. The Undead Bone Shard, the first one I can get, is also beyond the Dancer, which will help considerably with the Dragonslayer Armour. But still not enough, because at that point I'll be getting around 23, 24 vit. Summon someone. Do I want to go back at this point? Excellent question. Whoever asked it, good on you. I just sat down, I might as well. What am I going to level? What am I going to level? I'm definitely going to level up the club. We will be doing... unupgraded Dancer is going to suck. But I really need the shards. Hello, Andre. Not gonna lie, I shed a tear when I saw him back in this game. I mean, this is definitely nostalgia. this game, Nostalgia Central.
Welcome to the law to this.
Yeah. But so much is hidden behind doors that you just can't get through in this game. I need some more endurance as well, but not that much. Do I need more strength for dex? I definitely need more dex. I need 14 dex. Let me just check this before I do anything rash. I don't need dex for the club, I know, but let me see if I need any strength for the club. No, 10. Nice. This will do... I mean, it's pretty close, to be honest.
Well, very well then.
But strike isn't too good against the dancer. I would like some more... There's no point whatsoever to get those at this point. Let's go for this for now.
Farewell, Ashen.
Thank you. Also, let's get the cracked red eye orbs because invading is fun. I think a lot of people don't like the PvP in this game. But that's funny to me because this is the most PvP I've ever played in a Souls game. It's also the first Souls game where I've had good enough internet to actually do the PvP. Back when I was living in the Netherlands playing Dark Souls the most, I was tower on the wall? Yeah, that would work fine. I was on the top floor of my house. The router, whatever you say, was on the bottom floor. And no matter what I tried, I couldn't get a signal strong enough to get up to the top. Which should tell you how tech savvy I am, because that is not difficult. Yet, I had issues. So, I haven't played any online games until now, and now I'm heavily invested into this online. Rocket League, I am pretty much addicted to. And just loads of other stuff. You are not doing too well. I used to love Battlefront 2, and I really want Battlefront 2 of this generation to be just a lot better. We'll be killing these Red Eye Knights or Red Scarf Knights. Whenever we can, because they do drop Titanite charts. Which, have I mentioned I want a Titanite chart? Die, motherfucker. Trash talk is an inherent part of my playstyle. It is terrible. It is cringeworthy. I will never apologize for that. Because, I don't know, I watched a video once where they were testing if you can endure more pain if you swore. The halberd is just so useless in this playthrough, I'm sorry. Never liked them anyway. The answer was, of course... Good throw. Stood right in front of you and you threw it in my face and I said good throw. Dark Souls games are pain. And by swearing you can endure more pain apparently. They did it by testing putting your hand in an ice bath, and if you swore you could last longer in the ice bath. Don't know why you'd want to. Eventually you're going to get frostbite either way, but maybe you need to pick up a ring or something that you've dropped in there. Grey Rat. Grey Rat we need a key for. I don't know where I'm going to get that. So this was useless. There's a shard. So far we've gone 3. I'm definitely going to look up at some point. I'm going to cheat and look up where all the shards are. Maybe I should do that now. So, the transforming enemy should be giving us Titanite shards. And yet they really are not. So, if they do, I will be going back for them. And killing them again. Because I have 15 firebombs. I'm sure that will come in handy. Because if I can get a club +2, that'll be a long way along. I'm trying to drop down and I apologize. That sucked such dick. Somebody should be coming down, no? Did I already kill him? I did. I'm amazing. And also not paying attention. Of a deserted corpse. So I'm gonna let this guy kill all his friends, and then I'm gonna use a firebomb to kill him. you didn't know, I am terrified right now because I don't want to lose my Ember, mostly. That's a waste. Actually, maybe. That could have gone better. It really could have. Just Estus. Firebomb him. Nice. Excellente, excellente. Have I ruined my chance with the other one?